This AI SEO indexing trick works fast. What if your best content is invisible to Google right now? You wrote it. You hit publish. Google never even saw it. Sounds wild, right? But it's happening to almost everyone using AI to make content. And there's a fast fix that barely anyone is talking about. Hey, I'm the digital avatar of Zoe. I help people learn and actually use AI tools in their real work, not just watch a video and forget it by lunch. Today, I'm showing you the exact indexing trick I use to get brand new pages seen by Google fast. Stick with me because near the end, I'll show you proof of content that got indexed and ranking in just 2 days. Let me start with the problem because you've probably felt it. AI makes it so easy to create content now. You can spin up blog posts, social posts, whole pages all day. You post on your site, you post on Twitter, you post on LinkedIn. The content just keeps flowing. But here's the catch. A lot of it never shows up on Google. You made it. It's live. And Google just never puts it in search. That's an indexing problem. And indexing is the whole game. So let me explain it simply. Before your page can rank on Google, Google has to find it, read it, and save it to its giant library. That saving part is called indexing. If your page isn't indexed, it can't rank. Not page 1, not page 50. It's just invisible. And here's the part most people miss. The easier it gets to make content, the harder it gets to index it. I was talking about this with James Dooley on our SEO podcast just the other day. So many people are pumping out AI content right now, and Google is not going to crawl every single page everyone makes. It just won't. So a lot of good content sits there unseen. So how do you get around that? You need a way to get Google to notice your pages fast. And that's where my favorite tool comes in. It's called Indexional. Here's what it does in plain words. You give it your page links, and it works to get them indexed by Google quickly, instead of you waiting and hoping. You can go straight to Indexional, drop in your links, and submit them yourself. That works fine. But I don't do it the slow way. Here's the trick that makes this fast. I plug Indexional straight into my Agent OS. That's my agentic operating system, the setup where my AI agents do the work for me. So instead of logging into WordPress to make the content, then logging into the indexing tool to submit it, I skip all of that. My agents build the content right on my sites. And I've built a skill into the system, so the moment that content goes live, it runs through Indexional and gets indexed automatically. One flow. No clicking around 5 tabs. Let me show you what that looked like in the real world. I picked a trending keyword, had my system create content around it, then pushed it through Indexional inside Agent OS. That page was made just 2 days ago, and it's already indexed and sitting on the first page of Google for that keyword. 2 days, that's the speed I'm talking about. Now let me open a small loop. Fast indexing is great, but there's a second thing this does that's even better, and I'll come back to it in a minute. First, let me walk you through how the whole flow works, because indexing is only one piece of it. It starts with keywords. Inside the system, I pull keyword data from Google Search Console. It shows me the keywords I'm already showing up for, how many clicks I'm getting, how many impressions, a score for the potential of each keyword, my average click rate, and my average position. So it's like my own personal ranking tracker. And it's built on my data, my real numbers from my site, not some number from 6 months ago sitting in a tool everyone else already has. That makes it far more useful and far more mine. Then I pick the keyword I want to go after. I click Use Topic. I plug in a case study, something real and specific to me. And from there, I can generate a batch of articles and deploy them straight to my sites. The content gets made, published, and run through indexing all in one motion. And this is where trending keywords get really fun. When a topic is blowing up right now, you don't have weeks to wait for Google to notice you. You need to be seen today while people are actually searching for it. So creating content and getting it indexed fast is a massive edge. You catch the wave while it's still rising instead of showing up after everyone's moved on. Now here's something I want to make real for you. Everything I just described, the keyword research, the content flow, the auto-indexing, it all works best when it's set up around your site, your keywords, your content gaps, your niche. And that's exactly the kind of thing I map out with people one-on-one. In a personal strategy session, we look at your actual site and build this exact workflow to fit you. Not a course, not a group call where you're one face in 100. Just you and me with a plan for your content and your indexing setup. Because your site has its own keywords and its own gaps, and the quickest wins almost always come from a plan built around those, not a generic checklist. Okay, so how do you actually set up that auto-indexing part with your own AI? It's simpler than you'd think. Indexceptional gives you full API documentation. So I grab that documentation, take my API key, and drop both into Claude. Then I tell Claude something simple. Every time I create content, use my API key and this documentation to index it for me, and save this whole thing as a skill. That last part is the key. Once it's saved as a skill, Claude remembers the workflow, and every new piece of content flows through it automatically. You set it up once, and it keeps working in the background, and that's the real point of building it this way. You're not doing it by hand, copying links into a tool and checking each one. Your agents handle the repetitive part while you focus on the ideas. And that brings me back to the loop I opened earlier. Getting indexed fast is one win. The second win is this. Getting indexed quickly also helps your content rank faster. Google can only rank what it has actually found and saved, so the sooner it finds your page, the sooner your page gets a real chance to climb. Here's the proof I promised. That trending keyword I mentioned, I've got 3 separate pieces of my content sitting on the first page of Google for it, and it goes past the normal blue links. Google now shows AI overviews at the top of a lot of searches. That summary the AI writes up top. My content is showing up in there as a #1 mention. And remember, some of this was only made in the last week. That's how quick this moves when indexing isn't holding you back. So let me bring this home. The big shift is simple. Making content is not the hard part anymore. Getting it seen is. And the people who do well from here are the ones with a clean, automatic way to get their pages in front of Google fast. That's the whole reason to build indexing right into your workflow instead of doing it by hand, one link at a time. Okay, 3 quick things for you before you go. First, if you want the full process for free, I've put together a complete SEO course with over 260 lessons. It walks you through everything from the basics to advanced AI SEO workflows, completely free. Links in the comments and description. Second, if you want the actual setup I use, it's all inside the AI Profit Boardroom. The full agent OS is in there as a zip file, ready to install, with the indexing skill, the Google Search Console keyword research, and the content pipeline all built in, and we've put together a complete 30-day roadmap to walk you through it step by step, so you're not staring at a blank screen wondering where to begin. Inside, you also get walkthroughs, ready-to-use prompts, live coaching calls, and every time a new tool drops, we add it straight in. If getting your content indexed and ranking is why you're here, this is the exact place we do that work together. And third, the moment you start trying this yourself, you're going to run into a few things. Maybe your pages still aren't getting indexed and you can't tell why. Maybe you're not sure which keyword to chase first. That's normal. And that's exactly what a one-on-one strategy session is for. We look at your site, find what's blocking your pages, and give you a clear plan to get your content indexed and climbing, built around your business and nobody else's. If you want that, come grab it at aiprofitboardroom.com.